decisions are removed from strategic defense. Instagram thoughts become self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 29th.
Say nigga like me, bitch, you can't. Bitch, I'm strapped, I'm from zone 6.
I'm probably like 160 pounds right now, and I can catch a dick whenever I want.
Just be able to take my underwear off at the end of the night and have it not look like I blew my nose in it.
Hey guys, in this video, we're gonna go over how you as a man, a boyfriend, a husband, a provider, all these other things have been replaced by social media, governments, and all these sources of entertainment women have in our modern civilization. Been replaced, and in order to understand what's happened because of all this new technology, we need to ask ourselves, what do women need men for, right? So the reasons: validation and sex, for resources and to be provided for safety, security, and protection, and for entertainment. So these are just what women need men for in nature. So we're gonna go over how these needs have been met thanks to the government and capitalism. So the first one, validation and sex. Social media, things like Tinder, Instagram, those have replaced guys in the regard that she can go on there at any time, get as many matches on Tinder that she wants. We know that it's really insightful to make a fake account and see how many hundreds of messages you can get. Even if you are on the attractiveness scale 4 or 5 as a woman, be a single mom, whatever, in her 40s, you're gonna have hundreds of guys in their mid-late 20s that are at the peak of their physical prime, or guys that, older guys, are all willing to hook up with these women. So they have no need for sex from guys, and they get all the validation that they would have previously got from their boyfriends. And this is why it's important, is because in the past, before all these things, you were more desirable to the woman, and you could kind of withhold your validation and sex and keep her interested in you because you were a commodity that she wanted. So because of this, when you're dating in today's environment, your validation is drastically less valuable to her. And what we're seeing is the guys that do end up dating the women give them practically no validation, and the women don't even really need it from that guy. So what happens is the guy that the girl ends up hooking up with and dating is usually the guy that provides her no validation, and then on her Instagram, and she keeps her Tinder and her Bumble and things like that, she gets the hundreds of guys that like and comment all her stuff, in addition to all the other women liking and commenting on all her stuff, right? So because of this, we are much less valuable to women. So that is very, very important to know as far as what's changed in the last 10 years. Okay, and the next one is resources and provisions. So these needs have been met thanks to the state and feminism. And what I mean by that is the move towards more socialism via the state and more the laws and tax programs that subsidize women and remove the need for men. So what we've seen is the state has gradually replaced men in the role as provider, and we're going more and more towards that direction. And the more that we see marriages and nuclear families break up, and we see the population less independent, specifically women, the more we're going to see pushes for socialism in order to extract resources from men and give them to women, right? So that's the function the state is playing, and feminism has just made it easy for women to go out and get careers. They glorify that. They denigrate the family. The mother and the housewife roles are all shamed. So feminism has flipped that around. In addition to that, they're pushing all these affirmative action programs across the board, and women are kind of manipulating the narrative in order to get in the workplace with all these unfair advantages. So that's made it pretty easy for them, in addition to technology making all these pencil pushing jobs and careers available to them. So they don't need men to be providers as much anymore because of that. All right, and the next one is safety and security. So in nature, women like to feel protected. They like to feel like a guy can kill off the saber-toothed tigers and things like that. They need that. They need that feeling of protection. Again, the state and the court systems have come in and fulfilled that need in women, so they feel protected by the state and big daddy government. So we live in such incredibly safe societies in the West that we're seeing women not really knowing how to come to terms with that. And when you travel all around the world and go to places where they aren't safe, the women are actually, they seem much happier. So this is just yet another example of women's needs being fulfilled and that resulting in them not needing men, and then the implications of that, which we'll go over in the next part. Okay, and then the last thing they need men for is entertainment, and we all know the limitless things that we're getting in that regard thanks to the internet and all the cool stuff that we get thanks to China making it and technology making everything so efficient, right? So women have a limitless supply of entertainment. They don't need Billy to come pick her up and take her to the drive-in movie like she would have 50 years ago. Now she can get on her smartphone, she can call an Uber, she can go to the airport, fly somewhere. She's got her smartphone, she's got her laptop, Netflix, everything, right? So there's so many entertainment options. Women aren't sitting at home waiting for a guy to come around and pick them up, right? So all those things together have drastically reduced how much women need men. The state, technology, consumerism, products have filled these needs in women, and that has resulted in them caring a lot less about what men. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.